Okay, I made it back to my vehicle and I didn't have my car towed, so that's good news. And now standing outside the Dallas Trade Mart. And if you get on the Stemmons Freeway, you will see it's actually a trade complex. There's several. This is the old Trade Mart that was present in '63, and they've got a new one. It's a monstrosity, but I just wanted to show you. This is the building JFK was headed to. If he'd made it through Dealey Plaza, this is where they were coming. That's the parking garage down there, and that is new. That parking garage was not there in '63. It was just this Trade Mart building right here. And there was an argument about where the president would give his speech after the motorcade. And in the lead up to the trip to Texas and to Dallas, there was pushing and pulling back and forth between LBJ's people and Kennedy's people. LBJ's people, which included Texas Governor John Connally, who was one of his closest political allies and friends. He was sort of the point person here in Texas, trying to arrange with LBJ back in Washington the whole Texas trip, specifically this Dallas part of the trip. And he was working behind the scenes. There's a famous incident where John Connally was on the phone with the Secret Service, who were communicating to, actually it was Kennedy's campaign people, that's who it was. And he was communicating to them that he wanted to have the president end up here at the Trade Mart, and they were saying, no, we want to go to the women's building. And it was a heated argument back and forth, and Connally said, hang on, I've got a phone call. And he pretended like he was taking a call from a line. And after a brief pause, he gets back on the line with the president's people, and he said, hey, I just got off the phone with the Secret Service, and they said that it would be better to have it at the Trade Mart than the women's building. And that ultimately was made the decision. Turns out that he was not talking to anybody on that other line. The whole thing was a concoction. And he got his way by telling the president's people that the Secret Service wanted the speech to happen here at the Trade Mart. The president's people didn't want to have it here for several reasons. First of all, the Trade Mart was smaller than the Women's Museum. We're going to the Women's Museum next, so we'll be able to do a little comparison. The Trade Mart, to me, looks pretty good size. I'm sitting here looking at it, but evidently a lot of that's office buildings or whatever. The main convocation area where the president was going to be speaking was less than 20% what the Women's Museum seating held. So just from sheer size and the number of people you could cram in there, the president's people wanted the larger venue. Also, this building was, in comparison to the Women's Museum, undefendable. If I could get inside, I could look up. In fact, I'm going to go in. I'm going to see if, in a minute here, after I get done talking, I'm going to go in and see if I can't access the inside and look up and show you the catwalks. I've got pictures of it on my videos that I do about this event and this building, but there's a bunch of catwalks, which if you're the speaker and you look up, there's catwalks on a second level, a third level, a fourth level, all above you. Perfect vantage point for a sniper. It'd be a security nightmare logistically trying to defend the president inside that building. Also, the building has 42 entrances and exits. Just the Secret Service doesn't have enough manpower to defend all that and check everybody at the door. And it has no garage door entrance. The Women's Museum had a garage door entrance. You could drive the limo right into the museum, and the president would never be exposed. And it only had 2 or 3 entrances or exits, two entrances and 2 exits. So by comparison, the Women's Museum was far better. It was defendable. No catwalks, 2 entrances, exits, and the garage door entry. So this is the building they end up with, but it's important to remember how they ended up with it. It's because it was at the urging of LBJ's people against the wishes of the Kennedy people. And it was John Connolly, who faked a phone call from the Secret Service to convince the Kennedy campaign to come here instead of the Women's Museum. Okay, I'm going to pause this.